Okay, so for this stage, I use Quick Shade from Army Painter. These are shading inks. I use a mild brown and a strong tone. And these are washes. So again, I wash the sculpture with these inks just like you would any other gaming miniature. So there is the sculpture washed up with the inks. And as you can see, the model got dark again. So I'm going to have to go back with the skeleton bone color, a very creamy tan, and go over all the bones so that the bone details pop out. Then, of course, I'll do the metallics and maybe some rust effects, who knows. This is my miniature skeleton sculpture, just in time for Halloween. So once the ink was fully dry, I went back with a little bit of khaki, okay, and this is a sort of a very light tan, and I dry brushed that all over the bones, and then I went ahead and used a highlight of antique white. And this is all apple barrel paints. It works fine on the clay miniature. So after the washes, those are the highlights that I used. And so far, this is what I have for the skeleton. You can now see the skull clearly. Okay, you can see the bones right here. And I'm working on that rag. I'm going to give it a blue tone. I'm going to give it an ink wash and then highlight the rag so that all those details pop out. I got some of the silver in on the shield, and I'm going to do the rest of the shield in a coppery color. The whole rim is going to be like an antique copper. This way it'll look nice and old and decrepit. And on the sword, I got to do a little bit of an ink wash and a few more things to paint. But this little miniature's almost ready for a base. So to finish this figure, I did the highlights on the cloth, like so. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. And so this is the little skeleton sculpture. Now all he needs is a base. I did highlights everywhere they were needed. Okay, there you can kind of see the skull. The shield is covering the skull. You can just barely see his eye sockets there. I did a little more work on the rusty sword. But that's it. Now the next time I show you this, he'll be on a base and ready for the tabletop. Now this procedure also taught me a lot about my own sculptures, what I need to think about in the future when I make little figures like this. And we'll see what I can come up with in the future. Thank you, folks. This has been the final update of painting the skeleton. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys very soon.